Hi, I'm Mike Sullivan. Thanks for joining us again today on mo.com, where we feature small business owners and entrepreneurs and then bring you hints, tips, insights, and perspectives on what it takes to be successful. Joining us today is Brian Linton. Brian is the founder of United by Blue, an ocean-friendly apparel company. Brian, thanks for joining us today. Can you start out by telling us a little bit about your background and leading up to United by Blue?
Yeah, so my name is Brian Linton, and I originally spent my early childhood in Asia, actually. So I grew up in Singapore and Japan, and that's sort of what spawned my interest in a lot of what I'm doing currently with my business. It's traveling and seeing the oceans and the waterways of 30, 40 countries growing up. I saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so my background is really Asia, and then came to the U.S. for college. And it was actually in college that I started my original venture. And it's what's grown into what I'm doing now.
So let's talk a little bit about what you are doing now. Tell me about United by Blue.
Sure. So United by Blue is a sustainable apparel company that for every one product sold, we remove 1 pound of trash from world's oceans and waterways through company-organized and hosted cleanups. So we actually use the power of business, education, and environmental action to do the most possible good possible, and that's by associating every single business transaction with an environmental action. So rather than just giving money away, we don't give money away. We actually have the structures and the systems within the company that enable us to not conduct business without creating a residual good. Yeah. So sorry, and we sell apparel like organic T-shirts and bags and jewelry. So.
I understand your apparel utilizes biodegradable tags made out of elephant dung. Kind of gross, but I imagine that the tags don't maintain the original properties of the dung. Is that correct?
Well, the thing is, the apparel industry, and actually any industry, uses a tremendous amount of plastic in their packaging and labeling. And in my 5 years background in this industry, prior to United by Blue, I was really disgusted by the fact that the jewelry I was manufacturing and selling was all individually wrapped in plastic bags, and even like the fasteners to connect the labels to the jewelry, it's plastic. A lot of the times, the labels of a lot of jewelry, even some unfortunately that I was dealing with before, is plastic, and this is all single use. This is all used once and then thrown away, and plastic nowadays is unavoidable. And so the real issue is that there are billions and billions of these plastic bags and plastic hang tags used every year. And in cleaning up the oceans and the waterways, we've done over 30 cleanups now, and we're going to do 50 cleanups this year. So we're going to be about by the end of this year, we'll be at 75 to 80 cleanups total. And through these cleanups, I've noticed that just the tremendous amount of plastic that makes its way into the environment. So one of the many things that we've tried to do is cut down on plastic use within the company. So all our hang tags are made from, like you said, elephant dung, and it doesn't stop there. The elephant dung is infused with flower seeds, bluebell flower seeds, so that when you plant a United by Blue hang tag, it grows blue flowers. So it's also creating something that's not plastic, but also creating something that goes back to the earth in a very natural way, and actually grows life from something that most people use petroleum-based products from. And then all our garments as well, our shirts are actually, I have an example on this table here. Our shirts. So our shirts are actually wrapped in banana fiber paper. And this is another thing that is just a very, very simple step in cutting down on plastic waste. And the unfortunate thing, even something as simple as a T-shirt like this would be wrapped in a plastic bag at the manufacturing facility and then sent to the distributor and then mailed out. And the online consumer, like that shirt you're wearing, you wouldn't have seen that in the store wrapped in plastic. But unfortunately, they take it off in the back room and then they put that out on the shelf so that the consumer doesn't know the problem. But the problem is that every single thing that's ever made, almost nowadays, is wrapped in plastic. So what we do instead is we wrap in these, so we have like our shirts flat packed on recycled cardboard, and we have banana fiber paper that is biodegradable. So granted, it takes energy and resources to make the paper bag, but it's a substitute for plastic.
Clearly, United by Blue is concerned with the environment. But how important is it for other businesses to consider the environment when conducting their day-to-day operations?
I think it's incredibly important because really business is based upon creating an entity that is has longevity in mind. Basically, if you want to build a business to last, I mean, there's that iconic book, Built to Last. What is a company that's built to last? Well, I think there's this new thing that's coming in the business world that if you're not creating sustainable systems within the business that are not just sustainable in the fact that they're generating profit, because that's a big part of business, obviously, but also that they're sustainable for the world, because a business cannot last without a healthy planet. We only have one planet, and the reality is, like, with the we're talking very rapid decline of the environment, of plastics in the ocean, in ocean acidification, and the die out of all large fish species. At 90% of the fish stock of the large fish species is gone. So like all these issues don't make any sense for the longevity of business. And you can make the argument for the environment, and I don't even see myself as an environmentalist. I'm a very optimistic capitalist, basically, but I believe that in order for the business to have longevity in mind, you have to actually impact the environment, because there's just no way around it. So that's really to answer your question, that's what I would think is the most important part of business finding a way to get involved with the environment, is to just keep that in mind. If I don't create a healthy environment, if I don't leave the world the way I found it, well, this business, once I'm gone, if I really want it to be passed down or grow into a publicly traded company, well, everything's going to fail if the earth fails. So,
tell me about Product Mate, which I believe is a venture you're involved in that aims to help entrepreneurs.
Well, Product Mate is really based upon the realization that a lot of people, entrepreneurs in the apparel and the consumer goods industries, they really have all these ideas. They want to make a shark fin t-shirt. They want to make a bag made out of organic cannabis. And it's really simple stuff when you really dig down into it, but the resources really aren't there to do it. And there's no platform that helps people start and manage product development and manufacturing. And so in a way, I'm using my experience in this industry to create a software as a service company that is empowering individuals to better manage these processes and ultimately save time, money, and minimize the risk associated with making products. And then finally, the thing that I really think very strongly about, even though it's not communicated in Product Mate at the time, is by creating better systems and allowing people to better manage product development, there's actually less waste associated with making poor selling product or poor quality product. So you're actually helping the environment in the long run as well. Because ultimately it could be looked at, Product Mate's helping people make more stuff. Or it could be looked at, United by Blue is selling more stuff, which consumers are the problem that the environment's in such bad shape. Well, the thing is, make things with the least amount of impact possible and then do a greater good by doing something in return. And ultimately, Product Mate is helping reduce the amount of waste, hopefully, that bad products cause.
I know you've had other ventures in your past. How has that entrepreneurial past helped you with United by Blue?
United by Blue is completely funded by my previous activities and what I was doing with my jewelry lines and stuff like that. So United by Blue has gone in the 1 year of existence. Actually, United by Blue as a brand is only 1 year old. It's from May last year. It just turned May 1st of this year. And completely funded by the company, completely just took such a huge step in 1 year that my other venture never took, because the experiences were all just compiled into this really this brand that just has a strong message. It has a strong product line, and it has a strong team and strong distribution from previous connections as well as that. So yeah, the past entrepreneurial experience is very important for where United by Blue is now.
Can you tell me about some of those earlier entrepreneurial ventures that you've been involved in? Anything still going today?
Yeah, sure. Well, the real thing, and it's actually something that still goes on. It's like the parent basically of United by Blue. It's called Sand Shack, and it's still a line that I sell, and it still generates a large percent of the profits that this company runs on, and it's a line of a line of boutique jewelry, like discount boutique jewelry. And it's like chunky turquoise stones and like different things. And we sell to about 1,000 stores in the United States. And that I started in 2006. That's what I started in college. And the premise of that is that we're giving 5% of our proceeds to ocean conservation. And about 2 years ago, I realized, A, I'm not able to wear any of the products, so it's not that exciting for me to make. B, giving away money is not good for a small business, and giving it away to nonprofits is ineffective because 5% of my proceeds in a nonprofit that's run with a board of directors and all these other people, it doesn't really do anything that's traceable. So the premise was to create a brand that would be a lot more powerful because we're not having to spend much more than that amount, but we're actually creating a concrete environmental action. So that 1 pound of trash might be, depends on the location, depends on time of the year, but that might be 5% of the purchase. It might be 20, it might be 40, but it might be 1 or 5. But the point is we're able to actually track the impact. So that was Sand Shack, and that's how it sort of spawned into this new brand, United by Blue. And now they run together. They run to 2 different customers, older customer demographic, older suburban women, 40, 50 plus, is Sand Shack, and then United by Blues are 18 to 35, prime demographic of environmental, urban, consumers. So,
what would you say is your ultimate goal as an entrepreneur?
The grand vision is to use the power of business to leave a positive impact on this world. I think that no matter what I'm doing, and most likely it's going to be something in this realm, United by Blue is something that I love it so much, and I know that's usually a weakness of an entrepreneur, to love their venture too much because they get too passionate, but whatever. There's worse things in life, to love your business too much. My real goal is to really leave that impact by using business, because business is powerful, and I really believe that there's no better way to create good and lasting change than through the power of business. So whether or not that's through software, whether or not that's through consumer goods or coffee or apparel or healthcare, whatever it is, it's to leave that impact. And it's my heart is really in the oceans and in the waterways, because everything, no matter what you are, if you're alive, if you're a leaf, if you're a tree, if you're a frog, if you're a fish, if you're a bird, if you're a dog, if you're me, the one thing we share in common is that we all require blue, water, the watery parts of this world to live. There's no life without water. And in this essence, there's no green without blue. And that's why United by Blue is called United by Blue, because we are all united by blue. So I would say whatever I'm doing, it's going to be something in the realm of the oceans and waterways.
Hey, Brian, great talking to you. Thanks. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it too, Mike. Thank you so much.